Freshman year, getting money, ninth grade. 7 years old, bagging in the kitchen. 10 years old on a money mission. When I stepped in the club, where the bitches? Where they at?
An Angel's Kitchen? Well, I had a pretty tough childhood myself. By the way, that is our WBC, WBA Super World Ring Magazine 140-pound champion of the world, Danny Swift Garcia. 29-0 with 17 KOs. If you look at a win over Lucas Martin, Matthysse, or Matthysse, and a win over Amir Khan, sprinkling a little bit of Zab Judah, his resume is incredible. And he gets a lot of criticism because of Rod Salka and the rematch with Mauricio Herrera. But now, Viktor Postol of the Ukraine, 26-0, won 11 KOs. Many of you are fans that don't watch the sport and follow it like me and the guys who watch these videos on YouTube boxing, not even just my channel, other channels as well. Only we know who Viktor Postol is. Danny Garcia is regarded as the best 140-pounder in the world. Now, despite what you think of that and how you look at it, we can look at Mauricio Herrera and we can look at Rod Salka and we can say Mauricio Herrera, yes, he was vulnerable and yes, he should have lost that fight. But no matter what, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, that's not going to go down as the greatest robbery in history. I can't change my opinion. My opinion is that Mauricio Herrera won that fight. However, would Danny Garcia do something differently? Maybe, maybe not. I think this. I have inside sources that say that Danny Garcia, when he went to Puerto Rico, he was just so in awe at Puerto Rico that he wasn't training right, basically. That he was just like living it up and his head wasn't fully focused on the fight. The question now is, can Danny Garcia still make 140 pounds? That is why I'm going to say right here that he is not ducking Viktor Postol. There's so many different aspects to look at. And if you don't know, there was a purse bid. Well, there was supposed to be a purse bid. A purse bid occurs when the governing body organization, the belt, the WBC, says that, okay, y'all two can't get it done. You know, as far as you two promoters, we're going to put up a bid. I mean, we're going to put up an auction for all promoters to be able to come in and say, we'll put on the fight. Well, Al Haymon, thank you, Al Haymon, and I got to get my air conditioner. It's just not controversial enough in here. It's just a little warm, but I'm going to continue the video. Al Haymon manages and or advises Danny Swift Garcia. Al Haymon, thank you, Al Haymon, thank you so much, manages Adrien Broner, Lucas Matthysse, Keith Thurman, Devin Alexander, Amir Khan, Marcos Maidana, Jose Zito Lopez, John Molina, Devin Alexander, Sean Porter. The list goes on. And all those fights I said, Danny Garcia could fight. But if it is true that Viktor Postol has been brought out as far as Al Haymon giving Viktor Postol some money and say, all right, listen, step aside. Don't pursue this shot with Danny Garcia right now. You know, so when he fight this last fight at 140, he gonna move up to 147. Postol can fight for that vacant WBC title against someone. But as it stands right now, we know that if this is true, Danny Garcia owes us a big fight. Right now, I say, even though there's bigger fights for him that fans will want to see, I say, listen, fight Lamont Peterson, capture that belt, get that out of the way, and you can say you left the division with the WBA Super World. That's the main one. The WBC, the Ring, and the IBF. And then the only one was that Chris Algieri, and he's fighting Pacquiao. So that's a hell of a, you know, that's you might as well say, even though it's not undisputed, you might as well say it's undisputed. Unified. Then move up to 147 and fight a Herrera or a Matthysse at like catch weight of 144 or 142 or something like that. Fans are getting restless and they want to know what he's doing now. Now, as far as if he is to fight Lamont Peterson, excuse me, it may be on NBC Sports. Factor that in. It has been rumored allegedly that Haymon Boxing, Haymon Sports, or whatever it's going to be called, is going to be having their first event the week of the Super Bowl. Kathy Duva of Main Event the one who promotes Sergey Kovalev, her company currently occupies the spot on NBC Sports. Their contract is almost up. So Al Haymon brings his boxers in and he wants to get the company off to a big start. And remember, this man can get it popping whenever he wants. If you look at the stable of fighters, guys like Robert Guerrero, Amir Khan, Devin Alexander, Sean Porter, and once again, Austin Trout, the list goes on. In desperation, if he ever did or ever was desperate, he can make these major fights whenever he wants, whenever he sees fit. Now, we can say right now, okay, well, he taking care of his fighters too much. Yes, I get frustrated, and yes, I get pissed off, and yes, I say no matter what, he owes us big fights regardless. But does he do it right now? No. If you notice, there's a gap in the Showtime boxing programming. Right now, it's October the 14th, 2014, 10:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm missing my Sons of Anarchy. We're going to be here for a little bit. There's no big fights on Showtime in October, November, or December that's scheduled. His last two events, Al Haymon Boxers events, were on ESPN. Well, Carlos Molina, Jermaine Taylor, and then you had Francis Barthélemy on the Showtime card that was promoted by Luther Bella. We haven't seen Golden Boy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But I'm going to say this to round up the video. I'm not going to be here all day. It seems as though this purse bid saga has come to an end. Danny Garcia is not going to be fighting Viktor Postol as it seems. Viktor Postol has been brought out. We don't know how much it is. Of course, I'm sure fans are trying to figure out how much do they give him to step aside. And most likely, when Danny Garcia vacates, he'll have one fight before then to build up his name, a little more on HBO. Because, see, here's the thing. He's with a company called Elite Boxing, but he's co-promoted by Top Rank Boxing. So HBO is going to do something with him, maybe put him on another undercard, build up his name. And now his name's got some buzz. It's got a little bit of buzz because of this Danny Garcia thing, even though Danny Garcia said he didn't even know who he was, and I somewhat believe him. But long story short, moving forward, I see Viktor Postol fighting for that vacant belt sometime in mid to late, 2015. As far as Danny Garcia is concerned, it's looking like the Lamont Peterson matchup has to happen, and one of them's going to cancel each other out. Now, as far as predictions is concerned, I'm going to do a full in-depth prediction. Now, what I do is, if you don't understand my methods, what I do is I try to get the new stuff out of the way, and if I'm covering a fight, I'll do maybe about 7 to 10 videos on and all the way up into the fight. So in between that, one of those videos is when I actually talk about like strategy. So it's a system to it. But once again, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing. Got to keep the wheel turning. Right down below is the website I'm associated with, Real Combat Media. The articles of which I'm speaking of are right below for you to check out yourself. All my videos, and also listen, I know I've been saying in every video, but this is for the new people. There's a boxing poll I need you to do. It's going to take a couple of seconds. Right now, you're going to click the link, open it up in a new tab. Click the link, open it up in a new tab. And then right on the right side, there's a poll for Hopkins versus Kovalev. I cover every single major fight live moments after they go off. My videos are unedited and uncut. Please subscribe.